Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to be doing an ink speed paint, this time of my sister's character Lonan. I've drawn Lonan a few times on this channel already. By the time I get this video up, I'm not too sure the exact number, but if you'd like to find out more about him, I'll have a link down below. So I initially had this video exported and finished and it was ready to go and I was about to upload it when I realized when playing it back that the voiceover was really dated, and since I had done this drawing in September, I was referencing a lot about Inktober and it didn't really make a lot of sense, and I thought, hey, might as well just redo it and I can kind of reflect on that experience in itself. As you can see here, I'm working on the sketch, and my biggest goal here wasn't really the drawing. I think I wanted to practice more on my inking skills, as again, I was about to start Inktober and I had never really done anything in ink before. I just wanted to participate in a daily drawing challenge, and since I like the way ink looks, I thought I might as well give it a shot. So this drawing was kind of what I did a few days before the 1st of October. Yeah, overall Inktober was a pretty successful experience and I did complete it. I did have some days, I think maybe one or two, when I did fall behind and I did twice in one day, but I got the entire challenge done and it was a lot of fun. I don't think I'll be doing it again next year, or I might reduce the amount of drawings that I'm doing, maybe once a week or twice a week, something like that. Not because it was too much, I think I just got really bored of ink. It was kind of repetitive. I'm not really one to branch out in my art. I do a lot of people and mainly portraits. I don't do figures, so it kind of became really repetitive, and by that last week I was struggling to figure out what exactly to draw and the quality of my artwork really declined. I do have the first 3 weeks of my Inktober experience up on my blog. If you'd like to check that out, I'll have a link to it directly in the description box. I'm not too sure when week 4 will come up and if I'll ever post it. I'm not really happy with the artwork I produced in that last week at all. Again, I was at that point in the challenge really exhausted making the exact same ink illustrations every single day, and I didn't realize how hectic October would have been after all. I thought it would have slowed down, but towards the end of Inktober, I was struggling. The first 2-3 weeks were fine. I remember thinking, I wonder why not everyone does this, or everyone should participate in this. It's such a fun challenge and it's not hard to sit down and draw every single day. And then that last week just did not move quickly at all and it was just so hard to trudge through. But yeah, overall I'm still happy with the outcome of the challenge. It really exposed me to ink and I did end up buying some ink and I do plan on continuing to use it. Definitely not as frequently as I'm kind of distancing myself from the medium. As someone who isn't a professional artist, or I don't aspire to be a full-time artist either, I find it really important to mix around my mediums, and I get kind of antsy and bored when I'm just using one, so I've lately been branching out into watercolor and some digital stuff. But onto the actual piece, I've had this concept of Lonan's head being in a bird cage for quite some time. I initially wanted to create an acrylic painting for my sister, but then I realized that I haven't really branched out into it. I'm not very good at it, so I thought might as well do this in ink. I thought it would make a really good piece and I'm really happy with the outcome of it. There are birds that are surrounding the cage, and for those of you who don't know, Lonan means blackbird, so the birds around him and the bird cage in general are really symbolic to his identity and his name. For the materials, I'm using the Canson XL watercolor paper. It's a cold press, really cheap watercolor paper. I'm pretty happy with the way it works. I find when you apply water, it sometimes kind of just sits on the surface, so I am kind of looking into a different brand, but for what I'm doing, it works fine. I'm also using these Faber Castell ink pens. I think they're artist pens. I'll have a link to everything in the description box. I'm using 3 different sizes. I think it's the fine, medium, and brush pens, and they're really dark and great pens. I really enjoy using them. I prefer them a lot to micron pens. I find that those dry out on me way too easily, and I don't enjoy using them. The ink flow isn't as great. I know a lot of people are successful when using them, but I definitely like the way these ones work a bit better. And for the liquid ink that I mixed with water for the wash in the background, I believe that is the Speedball Black India ink. Again, I'll have a link to everything in the description box if you're interested. For the background, I had intended just to do a flat wash, and then I kind of psyched myself out at one point and got really nervous, so I ended up kind of doing a patchier, kind of layered look, and I quite like that. I think I lost a bit of detail in the actual line work, but I bring that out with a white gel pen. I didn't actually manage to get that on a video. I ran out of storage, but I really like how that ended up working, and I did use a little bit of the white gel pen in my Inktober pieces as well. But that's basically it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you'd like to catch up with me, I'll have a link to my blog in the description box. I'll see you in the next one.